Everyone says you need more sleep, but for 30 days I did the opposite. And it wasn't just my mornings that changed. My entire life turned upside down in the best way possible. I used to scoff at the idea of waking up before the sun. The 5 a.m. club sounded like a cult for overachievers, a secret society of sleep-deprived robots. But a nagging feeling that I was capable of more, that my days were slipping by in a blur of reacting instead of creating, led me to a crazy decision. I challenged myself to 30 days of waking up at 5 a.m. No excuses, no hitting snooze, no matter what. I wanted more productivity, laser-like focus, and that elusive feeling of truly being ahead of the day. What I discovered wasn't just a new routine, but a whole new way of living that opened up possibilities I never knew existed. Let me be absolutely real with you. Those first few days were pure, unadulterated torture. My alarm would blare at 5 a.m., feeling less like a helpful reminder, and more like a cruel siren of doom. My body felt like it was glued to the mattress, each limb weighing a ton, caught in a gravitational pull stronger than any alarm clock. The struggle was real, and it wasn't just the physical exhaustion, the blurry vision as I stumbled through the dark house. It was the mental battle. My brain, still steeped in dreamland, kept shouting, "Go back to sleep! This is insane! What are you even doing?" I questioned my sanity more times than I can count that first week. I had to set 3 alarms, strategically placed across my room so I couldn't just slap one and roll over. Even then, I'd often find myself staring blankly at my wall for a good 10 minutes, convinced I was still dreaming this nightmare scenario. The temptation to just pull the covers over my head and surrender was overwhelming, a constant whisper promising sweet, dark oblivion. The biggest game changer during those tough, groggy early days wasn't some magic potion or a sudden burst of willpower. It was simple, almost painfully obvious, but utterly effective: planning. I quickly learned that if I didn't know exactly what I was going to do the moment my feet hit the floor at 5 a.m., I'd just waste precious minutes trying to decide, often losing the mental battle and slipping back into bed. So, every single night before bed, I'd grab a pen and paper and jot down my morning plan. It looked something like this. 5 a.m. Alarm, get out of bed, drink a huge glass of water. 5:15 a.m. Journal for 30 minutes. 5:45 a.m. Quick 20-minute bodyweight workout. 6:15 a.m. Dedicated learning time, usually reading a book or watching an educational video. This simple act of meticulous planning minimized that infamous decision fatigue and gave me a clear, undeniable purpose, even when my body screamed for more sleep. It was like having a roadmap through the wilderness of my early mornings. Then, something shifted. It wasn't a sudden, dramatic lightning bolt moment or an epiphany that hit me over the head. It was gradual, subtle, like the slow, steady ascent of the sun itself. Around day 10, the alarms didn't feel quite so hostile. My body still felt tired, sure, but there was a new flicker of determination, a tiny spark of excitement. And as I started to consistently push through that initial discomfort, I began to notice something incredible: the quiet. Those pre-dawn hours are a different world altogether. The notifications aren't buzzing, the emails aren't flooding in. The world is still largely asleep, shrouded in a peaceful, almost sacred silence. It became my sanctuary, my personal escape from the endless demands of the modern world. This wasn't just about getting more done, it was about finding myself in that profound stillness. I started journaling, not just about my mundane to-do list, but about my deepest thoughts, my wildest dreams, my lurking fears. It was a space for raw, honest self-reflection. I meditated even if it was just for 10 minutes, focusing on my breath, and for the first time in a long time, my mind felt clear, uncluttered by the usual daily noise. This newfound calm, this undeniable mental clarity started to leak into the rest of my day. Problems that used to feel monumental and overwhelming now felt manageable, almost trivial. I wasn't just reacting to life's constant barrage, I was actively designing it, steering my own ship instead of letting the currents carry me wherever they pleased. It was a liberation I hadn't anticipated, a quiet confidence blooming in the stillness. I wasn't just stumbling around in the dark. I built a routine inspired by productivity gurus like Robin Sharma and the ancient wisdom of mindfulness. My 5 a.m. ritual wasn't random. It was a carefully constructed fortress against chaos. It typically involved a mix of movement, reflection, and learning. What some might call the mind-body-soul trifecta. I'd start with a short, intense workout, usually 20-30 minutes of bodyweight exercises or a brisk walk, just enough to get the blood flowing, awaken my muscles, and send a jolt of energy through my system. Then came the journaling and meditation, which I just talked about, but it's worth emphasizing their power in grounding me. After that, I dedicated time to learning something new, whether it was diving into a nonfiction book that expanded my mind, taking an online course that sharpened a skill, or simply listening to a thought-provoking podcast. This structured, intentional approach wasn't just about being busy, it was about being purposeful. It built incredible momentum. Imagine tackling your most challenging task, the one you usually dread or procrastinate on, before most people have even hit snooze for the first time. That feeling of accomplishment, that surge of self-mastery before 8 a.m. is a superpower. It fuels you for the rest of the day, making you feel prepared, capable, and undeniably in control. It's like winning the day before it even officially begins, giving you an almost unfair advantage. This discipline wasn't restrictive, it was freeing. It freed me from the anxiety of a cluttered to-do list and the guilt of unfinished goals. By the end of the 30 days, I realized something truly profound. It wasn't just about gaining an extra 2 or 3 hours, it was about gaining a sense of self-mastery, a quiet confidence that permeated every aspect of my life. I had proven to myself that I could overcome discomfort, stick to a commitment even when every fiber of my being resisted, and actively sculpt my day instead of letting it dictate me. That internal shift, that newfound clarity and unwavering confidence, that's what truly changed my life. It was the climax of my experiment, the moment I understood its true value. So, was it easy? Absolutely not. There were mornings I wanted to give up, mornings I doubted the entire experiment and questioned my life choices. There were days I felt tired, yes, but the lasting impact, that's where the real magic is. My stress levels dropped significantly because I wasn't constantly playing catch-up. I was always ahead. I felt a deeper sense of purpose, a connection to my goals and values that I hadn't felt before, like I was finally living in alignment with who I truly wanted to be. This wasn't just about waking up early, it was about waking up to my own potential. It's about consciously designing a life that aligns with what truly matters to you, about taking back control from the endless stream of distractions. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. You don't have to become a 5 a.m. militant, but I challenge you to experiment, find your own version of this shift, to discover what you're capable of when you choose intention over inertia. Because honestly, my life didn't just change. It transformed in ways I never thought possible, and yours can too. You can see how I broke down my 5 a.m. routine step by step. Check out this video right here.